In the days that followed our return, the village buzzed with activity and optimism. The Elysians were eager to hear about our journey to the obelisk and the ritual that had disrupted the Shadow's power. We shared our experiences and discoveries, emphasizing the importance of vigilance and unity in the face of future threats. Anara, ever the wise leader, recognized the need to deepen our understanding of the Shadow and its origins. She proposed an expedition to the ancient city ruins we had discovered earlier, believing that they might hold more clues about the history of the Elysians and the true nature of the Shadow. Our team, along with a group of Elysian scholars, prepared for the journey. We equipped ourselves with the necessary tools and supplies, determined to uncover the hidden truths buried within the ancient city. The sense of purpose and curiosity that had driven us from the beginning was stronger than ever. The trek to the ruins was arduous but familiar. We moved with a sense of anticipation, knowing that each step brought us closer to answers that could change the course of our mission. When we finally arrived at the ancient city, we were struck once again by its grandeur and the poignant reminders of a lost civilization. We set up a base camp and began our exploration in earnest. The city was a labyrinth of crumbling buildings, overgrown pathways, and hidden chambers. Each discovery added a piece to the puzzle, revealing a rich tapestry of history and culture. It became clear that the Elysians had once been a highly advanced civilization, with a deep understanding of both technology and magic. As we delved deeper into the ruins, we found a series of underground tunnels that seemed to lead to a central chamber. The air grew cooler and the light dimmer as we descended, the walls lined with ancient symbols and carvings. The tension was palpable, each step echoing with the weight of history and the promise of revelation. At the heart of the underground complex, we discovered a vast chamber filled with intricate machinery and crystalline structures. In the center of the chamber stood a massive, dormant device that seemed to hum with a residual energy. The walls were adorned with murals depicting the Elysians' history, their rise, their fall, and their battles against the Shadow. Dr. Evans and Leora immediately set to work deciphering the symbols and examining the machinery. "This device appears to be some sort of nexus," Dr. Evans said, his voice filled with excitement. "It seems to have been used to channel and control energy, possibly even to contain or combat the Shadow." As we studied the murals, we noticed a recurring figure, a powerful Elysian leader who seemed to have played a crucial role in the fight against the Shadow. The inscriptions identified her as Elandra, the High Protector. She was depicted wielding a staff that radiated light, her presence commanding and resolute. "This staff," Leora said, pointing to the image. "It must be a key element in their battle against the Shadow. If we can find it, it might help us strengthen our defenses." Our exploration continued with renewed urgency. We scoured the chamber and the surrounding tunnels, searching for any clue that might lead us to the staff. Finally, in a hidden alcove, we found a pedestal bearing an inscription in the ancient Elysian script. Leora translated the text aloud. "Here lies the staff of Elandra, a beacon of hope and a weapon against the darkness. Only those who possess the heart and courage of a true protector may wield its power." The pedestal was empty, but a faint, glowing trail seemed to lead away from it, disappearing into a narrow passageway. We followed the trail, navigating through winding tunnels and hidden chambers, until we emerged into a small, secluded grotto. In the center of the grotto, bathed in a soft, ethereal light, stood the staff of Elandra. It was a magnificent artifact, crafted from a luminous crystal that pulsed with a gentle, reassuring energy. As we approached, we could feel its power, a warm, protective presence that seemed to welcome us. Captain Reyes stepped forward, her expression a mix of awe and determination. She reached out and grasped the staff, and a surge of energy flowed through her. The staff responded to her touch, its light growing brighter and more intense. "You are the protector," Anara said softly, her eyes filled with respect. "You possess the heart and courage needed to wield its power." With the staff of Elandra in our possession, we returned to the village, our spirits lifted by the discovery. We knew that the staff would be a crucial asset in our ongoing battle against the Shadow. Its power, combined with the knowledge we had gained, would help us fortify our defenses and prepare for whatever lay ahead. Back in the village, we shared our findings with the elders and the rest of the community. The presence of the staff inspired a renewed sense of hope and determination. We began integrating the staff's energy into our defenses, using it to strengthen the protective barriers around the village and enhance our understanding of the shadow's weaknesses. Dr. Evans and Leora continued their research, delving deeper into the ancient texts and the knowledge we had uncovered. They worked tirelessly to unlock the secrets of the staff and the ancient machinery, seeking ways to harness their power for the benefit of Elysium. As we stood on the threshold of a new chapter in our mission, we knew that the journey ahead would be challenging. The shadow was a formidable foe, and its threat loomed large. But we also knew that we were not alone. The Elysians, with their wisdom and resilience, stood by our side, united in our common purpose. The discovery of the Staff of Elandra marked a turning point in our quest. It was a symbol of hope, a reminder of the strength and courage that lay within us all. And as we prepared to face the challenges ahead, we did so with a renewed sense of purpose and a deep conviction that, together, we could protect Elysium and ensure its future. The days following our return with the Staff of Elandra were filled with a flurry of activity. The village buzzed with preparations as we integrated the staff's power into our defenses and developed new strategies to counter the shadow's threat. The staff's energy bolstered our barriers and provided a sense of security, but we knew that the real test lay ahead. Dr. Evans and Leora worked tirelessly, deciphering more of the ancient texts and uncovering new information about the shadow. Their research revealed that the shadow was not just a malevolent force but a complex entity with its own motives and origins. Understanding these intricacies was crucial to defeating it. One evening, as we gathered around the central fire, Dr. Evans shared his latest findings. The shadow is more than just a dark force, he began, his voice steady and grave. It appears to be a manifestation of a much older entity, one that has existed since the dawn of Elysium's history. It feeds on fear, despair, and division, growing stronger in times of strife. Leora nodded, adding, "The texts speak of an ancient battle, long before the Great Silence, where the Elysians fought against this entity. The Staff of Elandra was created during that time as a means to combat its influence. The obelisk we encountered was part of a network designed to contain the shadow, but over time, its power waned." Captain Reyes leaned forward, her eyes intense. "So what do we do next? How do we strengthen our defenses and prepare for the inevitable confrontation?" Anara, who had been listening quietly, spoke up. "We must unite our people and forge alliances with other villages. The shadow thrives on division, so our strength lies in our unity. We need to gather our allies and prepare for a coordinated effort to confront and contain the shadow." With a clear plan in mind, we set out to rally support from neighboring villages. Anara led the way, her reputation as a wise and respected leader opening doors and fostering trust. We traveled from village to village, sharing our experiences and the knowledge we had gained. The presence of the Staff of Elandra served as a powerful symbol, inspiring hope and confidence in those we met. The journey was long and arduous, but the response was overwhelmingly positive. The Elysians, despite their differences and the scars of past conflicts, understood the gravity of the threat we faced. Village leaders pledged their support, and alliances were formed, creating a network of cooperation and mutual aid. One evening, as we camped near a river, Anara addressed us. "We have made great strides, but the true test is yet to come. The shadow will not remain idle, and it will seek to exploit any weakness. We must remain vigilant and continue to strengthen our bonds." Her words resonated deeply with us. We knew that the coming battle would require not only physical strength but also mental and emotional resilience. The shadow's power lay in its ability to sow discord and fear, and we had to counter it with unity and courage. As we returned to the village, the sense of urgency grew. The sky darkened, and an oppressive atmosphere settled over the land. We could feel the shadow's presence, a looming threat that cast a pall over our preparations. But we pressed on, determined to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Captain Reyes organized regular drills and strategy sessions, ensuring that everyone was prepared for the inevitable confrontation. Sarah and her team worked on fortifying our defenses, using the staff's energy to create protective barriers and enhance our technology. Dr. Carter continued to provide medical support, preparing for any injuries that might occur. One night, as we gathered for a strategy meeting, the ground trembled, and a distant rumble echoed through the village. We rushed outside, our hearts pounding with fear and anticipation. In the distance, we saw dark clouds swirling, illuminated by flashes of lightning. The air was thick with tension, and a palpable sense of dread settled over us. "The shadow is making its move," Anara said, her voice calm but resolute. "We must be ready." The following days were a blur of activity. We worked tirelessly, reinforcing our defenses and coordinating with our allies. Messages flew back and forth, and a sense of urgency permeated every aspect of our lives. We knew that the coming battle would be unlike anything we had faced before. As the storm clouds gathered on the horizon, we gathered in the village square, a sense of resolve and unity binding us together. Anara stood before us, her presence commanding and reassuring. "This is our moment," she said, her voice carrying over the assembled crowd. "The shadow seeks to destroy us, to tear us apart, but we will not falter. We will stand together, united and strong. Remember the lessons we have learned, the bonds we have forged. We are the protectors of Elysium, and we will not let the shadow prevail." Her words were met with a roar of approval, a collective expression of determination and courage. We knew that the road ahead would be difficult, but we were ready. The shadow's power was formidable, but our unity and resolve were stronger. As the first raindrops began to fall, we took our positions, ready to defend our home and our future. The storm was upon us, but we faced it with courage and hope. The shadows of the past had risen, but we had faced them before, and we would face them again. Together, we would protect Elysium and ensure its future. The journey continued, and with it, the promise of discovery, growth, and renewal.